Something I've been wanting to do for a long time is build a custom Daniel Smith watercolor palette. And my favorite art shop recently had a sale on these paints, so I thought I would buy a bunch and swatch them with you today. The first color I'm swatching here is Buff Titanium. This is a new watercolor to me, actually. I've never painted with it before. It really reminds me of gouache. I'm looking forward to experimenting with different color mixes to achieve some more muted tones for different landscape elements. It was really important to me to make sure that I have a split primary set within these colors. So the first color that I've bought from this split primary set is Hansa Yellow Medium. So this is a more cool leaning yellow. I'll be able to achieve some really nice greens with this yellow, as opposed to with the warm yellow of the set, which is New Gamboge. Both of the yellows here are non-granulating yellows, and I'm really excited to see what color mixes I can get with this color in particular, being a warmer yellow. So I will do some color wheels and yeah, let me know if you're interested in what that process looks like. The next color is Quinacridone Gold, and it will not be the only quinacridone color that you see me swatch today. I love how rich and warm this color is. I believe it's like a replacement for raw sienna, but I'm so excited to see what color mixes I can achieve with Quin Gold. This next color is another quinacridone. It's quinacridone burnt orange, and I mean, how could I not buy this one? Look at that color. It's so beautiful. I know I just said the same thing about Quin Gold, but I really can't wait to see what color mixes I can make. Next we have Deep Scarlet. So this is the warm red that I've chosen for my split primary set. And I know it's in the name, but it's such a deep red color. I think it's so beautiful. According to the Daniel Smith website, this reacts really well to salt, so I'm definitely going to play around with that. Next, we have Quinacridone Lilac, which I'll be using as my cool red for my primary set. So a little bit of binder had just separated and that just came out of the tube, so I've just picked that up with a paper towel. It's not super uncommon. But this is a magenta replacement. This is a perfect color for purple mixes. You can achieve really, really vibrant purples using a magenta over using a warm red. Okay, this is the last quinacridone color. So I've got quinacridone purple, and I couldn't not buy this. I think it's such a beautiful color. I love seeing that undertone. It's like it's reddish, but it's blue. Oh, I think it's just such a stunning, stunning purple. Bloodstone Genuine is one of two Primatech colors that I'll be swatching. So this came out of the tube pretty quickly, actually. I just picked some up and put it in a half pan. But the mass tone is so rich and so dark, and it just blends out beautifully to its undertone. It's granulating. You can already see it as I'm swatching, and it's kind of like a warmish grey. This will give me some really cool color mixes, I think. Next, we have Indanthrone Blue, and this is a warmer blue, but in its mass tone, it almost looks black, and that's kind of what drew me to this color. I paint a lot of galaxies, so I'm really excited to experiment with this one in that way. And I just love how it blends out. I think this could technically be considered a primary blue. Moonglow is not a new color to me. This is actually a replacement for a tube that I've used up. I love this color. It's granulating. It's red. It's blue. It's gray. It's violet. I think it's so fun to play with. The second Primatech color that I am swatching is Sodalite Genuine. So this is kind of like a blue, black, kind of cool grey. I think I'll be able to achieve some really nice color mixes with this one actually, and it's granulating, of course, so it's going to be really fun to work with and to see what kind of textures I can get. Next we have Phthalo Blue Red Shade. So this is the warm blue that I've chosen for my split primaries. I I think it's beautiful. Again, I think it's really, really rich, especially in its mass tone. So there'll be some really nice color mixes that I can achieve with this color, I think. Next, we have Manganese Blue Hue. So this is the last of the split primary colors. And this will be the cool blue replacement that I'm using for cerulean blue. I haven't used this color before, actually. It's a granulating color, so I think that'll make for some really nice mixes with the other primaries. Moving on to Perylene Green. I think this is just such a beautiful color. In its mass tone, it really looks almost black. And then when you add water to it, it becomes a really beautiful blue-green kind of cool wash. So I'm really excited to use this one actually in landscapes. I think it will be stunning. And the last color that I'm swatching is Undersea Green. This is a color I'm really excited about. It's granulating, which I love, and it's a warm green. The way that the pigment settles once it's dried is just so beautiful to me. I'm really looking forward to using this one in landscapes and even just to see what kind of mixes I can achieve with this warmer green as opposed to the cooler Perylene. And here are the swatches now that they've dried. I think these colors are beautiful. I'm really happy with my choices. I'm going to definitely do a color chart so that I can see how all of these colors mix together. I also have a bunch more Daniel Smith colors, so it might be a really large color chart. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know if there's anything in particular that you'd like to see on my channel, and be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss the next video. Bye.